A pleasant good afternoon. A pleasant good morning. A pleasant good evening for where you listen. How will you listen? This is a bumper show. This is a post-election presentation of the bumper show. You know, Liberians went to the polls in October, and that vote did not bring an absolute majority of a president. So the National Elections Commission said there will be a runoff, and that runoff will be between two persons, two former ambassadors. Joseph Newman Boakai of the Unity Party, George Opamanek Bagugbe Sekoze Fogakron, Jinate Talantabawia, and that took place on the 14th of November, 12 days after my birthday. And for all indications, after 3 times in the result will be announced, it was indicated that the former Vice President Honorable Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, who was defeated by George Manawia in 2017, has emerged as the President of Liberia. And so His Excellency Ambassador Dr. George Weah congratulated the man called Joseph Newman Boakai. He said, for all indications, the votes that are remaining in the counties cannot offset the numbers of the Unity Party. The Unity Party would jump into the streets in jubilation. They jubilated and they sang. They enjoyed themselves celebrating Joseph Newman Boakai. We say hats off to all of you who went to the polls to vote. The process has ended. The time for reconciliation is now. There can be no better time for reconciling this country than now. Whether it is a reconciliation conference in Liberia, whether it is a power hot mechanism put in place by the winner of the election, we need total healing in this country. Liberians are on the other side. Whatever the CDC or Unity Party, for the National Commission's ANC, or Mr. Musa Hassan Bellete's Liberty Party, we all need to come together to reconcile this country. I will do a monologue for 1 hour or less than an hour and listen to you. Then at 5 o'clock, Monserrato County District 9 Representative Frank Safogo will be my guest. We talk peace on this day. How can we reconcile the country? We talk district talk. Oh yes, there was a tragic incident last night at the Unity Party headquarters on Broad Street. I'm getting reports that over 20 persons got wounded and 3 have died, according to the police. The man who was the data master of the Unity Party in the war room, Amar Mohamed Conan, said in his Facebook post that he thinks it was an accident. It's not calculated according to other people. We're planned and executed by some people who want to wound people in the Unity Party. He said this might have been an accident. He doesn't see a foul play. Let's give the police a chance to do the investigation, and after that we can come to conclusions. But our hearts go off. Go out there to the people who lost their family people. I listened to my young brother from OKFM. Nyanti took by reporting that 2 of the deaths are from the Muslim community. So efforts have been made to take the bodies for interment today. Never mind to you, our brothers and sisters on the other side. No one deserves to die in such a way. If somebody dies, nobody rejoice. You need to rejoice because of the demise of another person. Welcome to the Bumper Show. My name is Jala Emmanuel Nikki Kalufagala. Kiang Malak Bilinyali want to go. Subo Womangana Bokuila Davatema Jabapunu Samashan Greyfield. I'm here to 6 o'clock this evening. Remember Jala Greyfield chapter 1 verse 1. That verse should be actualized. Let's talk and never shall we fight. Fighting shall never be our portion. When I come back, I go to the issues. We discuss them. We caution the people. We bring sense to the discourse and bring you some music. Pure Liberian music that reconcile our country. You cannot go away when the nation's energy is on your radio. Welcome to the Bumper Show. It's on the ELBC radio. During the week while we're on the political safari here, we heard the death news of a Liberian folk song singer, the Honorable Jones Dopo, the Kasawali man, died in Nimba. He died a few days ago. We say peace be to his ashes. And we say our condolences to you from LBS as management team here. And we are here till January. We live in Funny January because our men has expired. And we're happy to have served here. One of the most important things in a man's life is for that person to be recognized by an authority to serve. Even the greatest United States of America, everybody in that country who lives there, they want their names to be called in the government by Joe Biden to either be minister in his government, to be whatsoever, press secretary, whatsoever. And once that recognition comes, it comes with respectability. And that's what many people, everybody calls for. Recognition in the world is so important. So I hear people say, Jala Greyfield, your time for you live. But it's a time to serve and a time to live. And have no regrets sitting behind these microphones and imparting the people, informing them and educating them. So 3 years were enough to serve here. To have been recognized by His Excellency Gbagugbe to come and serve the Liberian people as Deputy Director General for Public Affairs. In the first place, this is the first position in this country. Since Liberia got created in 1847, there have been no Deputy Director General for Public Affairs beside me, Jala Greyfield, the first man. The president deemed it necessary to say, I will create a position and put Jala Greyfield there. And the president set a record of history in this country. That if we were to check in the Guinness Book of Record, if we were to go there, it will come after I have gone. My children's children will come and say, Jala Greyfield was the first Deputy Director General for Public Affairs at LBS. As a matter of fact, what I did, by the time the president appointed me, I took my appointment letter. The president's signature is there. I took the appointment, I put it into a laminated it. And I think I need to put president. We have picture on one side. I put my picture on one side. Because I've served my country as a government official. Not many of us will have the opportunity. So when I have it, I will say, thank God. Everyone wants to be celebrated. And once the time of celebration comes, nobody stops it. So we serve. We serve. I hear our colleagues, Jala Greyfield, you are so radical, you went this way. But who was neutral in this country when it comes to the journalism profession? There was no one neutral. No one. I challenge anyone who say he was neutral here. Everybody had a side. If I supported George on my side, and you supported Alexander Cummings, or you supported my uncle Joseph Boakai, it was a time to defend whatsoever you want to defend. And my time was to defend George Weah. Even he has lost the election today, I still serve as one of his deputies here until January. So I have 2 more months to be here. So whether you said the wrong thing about George Weah, whether we said the wrong thing about Joseph Boakai, or we said about Alexander Cummings, or Sarah Besley Nyanti, those were the times, those were the situations. Those times have passed. The time for reconciliation has come, and we need to reconcile this country. No one person has dominion over the survival of this country. Every one of us have. You know, I wanted to find my son from PCK. I cannot find it. But let me say, never mind. I followed what happened last night when Jubilant Unity Party people were celebrating at the party headquarters. There's something tragic happened. I saw the burned vehicle. A man, the police is investigating that man, whether it was a brake failure or whether it was something he meant to do, he planned it, as others are insinuating. I don't know until police comes up with the investigation. So our urge to Liberians is not to prejudge the police. Let's give the police a chance. They will come with the investigation. But our hearts go to these people who died. We said, never mind to you, your family members who got killed for the family. We said, never mind. Justice has been promised by the Liberian National Police and a joint security for a speedy investigation to bring this to a close. But let me say one thing. President George Weah said something after he considered defeat the other day in the church. He reiterated some of the things. And he spoke good of the democratic credentials of this country under his administration for 5 years. I hear people calling the radio, they are frustrated. Yes, they are disappointed what happened, they got the lost election. But once you go into a political contestation, if there are 2 persons in that contestation, one person has to win. And the winner on this day is Joseph Boakai. Nobody else but Joseph Boakai. So the onus is now on Ambassador Boakai as a newly elected president who takes over in January to reconcile this country. The heights have been too much. And I can see the expectation of the guys who are wanting to come to power. But you have to, you have to look around and see and say, what can we do? Your expectations are high. You have to manage your expectation. Because all will not be rosy. President Weah said something, he said, yes, we were here when you were demonstrating, we're giving you food, we're giving you water. When you demonstrate strong rock on the police are giving you food. But we'll also test you as you come to these positions in government. What he wants and what we want is tolerance. The honor Ambassador Weah for 6 years, there was no one political prisoner here. Not one. Not even a journalist going to jail. Neither was a radio station closed down because of what they broadcast. That is the reason why President Weah, in all fairness, got a very good score that now the United Party will be celebrating on, because they will now have the right to go and engage our international partners. The scorecard that came out that gave Liberia 14% in Africa. Sierra Leone, Guinea, Ivory Coast, they all failed. Ghana, I will make reference to every other time. Ghana failed miserably. Liberia got 14 or the 20. It tells you about the democratic credentials and the peaceful nature of the George Weah government in 6 years. That's what the American people, the IMF, and other multinational institutions sat and graded African governments, and they saw Weah as one of the best. And you didn't see Weah as one of the best while he was ever 6 years. There are people who are outside and saw him and saw something good in him. But he promised, we are getting prepared for 2029. We know how it feels. We know how it feels to sit and not be included in the governance process. I know. For me, I was not thinking about a government job. I started 12 years as a journalist. 12 years or more. Julian Bryant came, and young men in this country have people in government, and then functional government, people serve. They came 12 years, we didn't serve. We serve our country from different positions. While they were in power, I was the vice president of the president of Liberia, one of the respected institutions in this country that respects democracy and also press freedom, and we all upheld. I served there. I didn't have time for a government job. I started getting close to politics. When my political godfather, Mr. Bernard Wilfred Ure, took me into Ambassador Weah in 2011 and said, this is my son. He manages my station called Love FM, Love TV, and the Liberia Journal newspaper. This is my son. I believe in him. That's how I got to know Weah. So when he came to power, I didn't have time for government job. That's why we said that. I was a fanatic of George Weah. Oh yes, I promoted him. I gave him all the accolades. I did everything for him. I impacted his process of getting the election because I used my mouth to promote him. So 3 years, I didn't have time for a government job. Even if I gave him at the time they were first, I came in second semester. They put here first semester. They started from the time the government started in 2017. But I came 3 years after. Yes, I was speaking to people who said, "Oh, did I work at HR?" I said, "I didn't care. I'm working, doing my work. I love OKFM. I transitioned to Banner FM." Yes, one fateful day while I was driving, coming from Freeport, and I received this call from the Minister of Information, Culture, Affairs, and Tourism, the Honorable Legend Rennie. Congratulations, Mr. Director General. I said, "What's that?" He said, "You have been promoted. You got a job at LBS, at Deputy Director General of Public Affairs." I said, wow. And right after that, I started receiving calls across the whole country. So, yeah. And one thing I've said repeatedly, and I'll come to the meat of the discussion. As Demon, can he just give me water somewhere? And I said repeatedly on this radio, it's a time to serve and a time to leave. And if anybody thinks that if you come to a position of trust given to you by a president or even somebody who you work for, you will stay there forever. Well, you're lying to yourself. And I said to people, you know why? I've served George Weah government for 3 years. Even if George Weah wins the election, this election, if he doesn't give me a job in the government, I will say be glad. I will say support him, because you know why? To be chosen amongst 5 million plus people to serve in the government. There are people who are more educated, more experienced. But to have been picked to serve Weah, it was an opportunity I'm needed to explore. So even Weah doesn't give me a job in the second term, I don't care, because I served in the position. I don't even criticize him. So today, if I don't have a government job, I don't care. But that's what I want to say to our friends. I see how anger you are very eager to come to this position. But the issue of reconciliation cannot be overemphasized. I've listened to people who are calling on different radio stations every morning since the election, every evening. They are complaining about folks from the other side who are threatening them. I listened to a young girl who called, a young lady who called on Friday when Bargain for Fun and others were on this radio. And they said there was citizens coming from Lofa County in a truck. And when I approached one of the major towns in Lofa County, their vehicle was stopped. And the lady in her vehicle, the lady who said, she said something about Joseph Walker in Foya, that he wins something will happen to us, murder. And that lady was being brought down forcibly to be beaten by the people. But it was the gallantry of the men on our truck that saved a life. And these are coming every other day. Rosetta Sonkari said that the other day, and I felt it in my bones. When I listened to the Super Money Show or Super George, I listened to it. When I listened to A.B. Woyon, I listened to what the people say. I listened to other stations. I listened. These threats are coming. Can we minimize these threats? You already won the election. There's no need to go after people. Why you wonder what's the Joseph Boakai presidency? And it has happened. That's the good thing has ever happened for you. So there is no need to go after people. But you know why? Let me go back to what Mr. Weah said in the church. We'll be holding Mr. Boakai on the things he has promised. We will be holding Boakai, and the Liberian people will hold you for several things. The maintenance of the WAS fee that was initiated by the George Weah government. The issue of the free tuition at state-run university in this country. These are things the Liberian people will hold you for. You need not to cancel them. You need to uphold them. Any attempt by you, your government, to shy away from those things and allow our people go back to stopping WAS fees that has been instituted by the George Weah government. A George Weah government that was, people saw here said it was incompetent. It was so mumu in the government. Could put in place a measure to ensure that students go to school to all public university free of charge, including the NIMA that voted against George Weah, NIMA Community College there, or NIMA University, free tuition there. George Weah was the one that initiated that. And I hope the Iowa Senator, under Prince Yomi Johnson and others, will ensure that that thing stays. Because any attempt by you to let it go, there will be a total revolt of the people. Because these are the sons and daughters of the peasant. The people who sell in Gorbachev market who voted for you, Mr. Boakai. Our old man in Konya who sell bread or to bring that child to town. The people from Kolahum, where my friend Patrick Soa comes from. Now he's in the States. Thanks to Patrick and congratulations to you as you pursue a PhD in your field. He says he's pursuing a PhD as you speak. There where the people's interests lie. That you ensure that peace and tranquility lives on here. Peace and tranquility live on. Let me take a water break. Oh yeah, thanks to Fatu Gavla for that one, and thanks to my producer here, Ms. Damawa Fofana for the water. And it's actually has brought life. He who brings water brings life. Yes, he who brings cola brings life. And so I have been resuscitated and I've been energized to talk again. And so I was saying these things to remind our people. When Thomas Fala and others in the legislature were fighting to have the free tuition program legislated, people play Mograve, they didn't work. because it had been legislated, and a government that comes in power will not scrap it all. If the issue of the free tuition, not tuition, but the free WAS fee being paid by the government, over 25,000 students around Liberia, their WAS fee was being paid every year at a rate of $65 by this government. If that policy is withheld by the Unity Party people, we'll clap for you. When you do the good thing, we'll clap for you, we'll praise you. When you do the wrong thing, we'll condemn you, we'll criticize you just as you criticize we are, you criticize us. Already my uncle said to us that in the first 100 days of the administration, there were 90 days plus, right? No car will hitch in a mud in Liberia. Yeah, that's a good promise. And we'll worry about that. Because in 2017, the campaign message of my uncle Joseph Boakai was road, and road. And when Mr. George Weah took over as president, he prioritized road connectivity, even road going to his home in Lofa, from Bonkante now to Salaye. In the first 100 days, can you push that road from Salaye to Zozo? Can you reach the road to Vanjama? Because the travel between Salaye now to Vanjama or to Zozo is a bit not difficult, but from there onward it's difficult. People in the southeast, where my uncle did not go, but his running mate went there, and I saw the honorable vice president now riding the motorbike coming. It's terrible. My friend Steve Zong in Zwedru and poor beyond, we want to see road hitting that town in Zwedru and beyond. Can you continue those things that George Weah started? If you do these things, the Liberian people will believe in you, they will trust you, they will say thank you to you, Mr. Boakai, for bringing relief to them. And that's why they want to see you do as you take over the presidency as a president, Mr. Boakai. Liberia needs development from all over. But there are things that were put in place by this weird government. If you continue to do them, you will be hailed. But any attempt by your government to undo those things that we did, now the people see you as somebody who is not in their interest. Liberian people, they can hear you politically. Here comes a political messiah. But once you go against them, they crucify you like Pontius Pilate did. When he washed his hand and said, my hand is not in the death of this man called Jesus Christ. He washed his hand. But others saw Jesus at the cross, they prosecuted him. They prosecuted him, and they killed him on the cross of Calvary. They will crucify you politically. Yes, the Liberian people are watching and want to see that. This country needs more. And we are going to have done all in 5 years. That is why he asked for a mandate of the people to serve again for another 6 years. You didn't get the mandate. He said, no, I'll leave in. If we have been a wicked president or dictator, he will have manipulated the next system to go and manipulate the results in his favor. But he didn't do that. What we're hearing here was the opposition themselves bringing data analysts on somewhere in Ghana to come and manipulate the system in their favor. A Ghanaian guy. Well, did not do that because he was possibly say, if I don't win the election, I will give up. Of course. That's the peaceful nature of George Weah. You see how he's been hailed by the world. He now becomes an international icon. If you're one of those who helped to honor money while you work in this government, yes, it happened. But you guys who are your expectations are so high that honor Joseph Boakai, they'll be heaven brought to earth. You need to manage your expectation because all will not be rosy. You don't expect Boakai to bring everything to your doorsteps in one day. No, it will not happen. We will criticize. We will be cautious of the fact that things will not happen just like that. Those of you who are celebrating, you have right to celebrate. But you also know that there are some things that cannot be changed here. For example, the government came, brought in a harmonization policy. People were making $22,000 on that government, Ellen Johnson government, when my uncle was vice president. Ministers making up to $10,000, and there was a disparity. The government said we can't do that, and that was a waste in the first place. Before my Ellen left power, she spoke to Liberian people 3 different times, and she said there will be difficult times ahead. At the mansion, she was like commissioning some of our ambassadors and said there will be difficult times ahead. Madam Sally said those things, and it came to pass. The whole world is being engulfed by an economic crunch. Even the great America, at some time, you know what happened? You couldn't find baby food in the market easily. They rely on other countries to bring food for their children. What's happening now in Israel, between Israel and Palestine? You know what's happening there? The rift between Russia and that of Ukraine. All of those have helped to make the whole world economy bad. So what the government saw was that the IMF advised the government of Julia and said, if you continue on this path of paying these huge salaries of people, you will not have any development in your country. So you have to cut down some of these things. So the policy that was put in place to cut salaries here was not done unilaterally by George Weah. It was at the advice of our international partners at the IMF. So do not expect Joseph Boakai to come and get the salary up. Maybe the way they will do it would to reduce the workforce. But when you reduce the workforce, again, it becomes a problem. The people that are working, you put in now, they will start agitating here. There will be demonstration around the place. So George Weah came and said, I will not put anybody down. What would do? I will maintain the people I put on the payroll, I will reduce the salary to maintain all the people there. It's not good for somebody making 10,000, somebody making $150. No, ain't good. He put over 2,000 health workers on the pay. When the pool fund dried out, I listened to the health minister the other day when she came to and spoke on the Super Money Show. Super George, she said, when the pool fund dried out, there was no way that these multinational institutions that were paying these doctors that were here. So George Weah said, let's include them on the payroll. Some of them were making $700. The government increased their salaries to $2,000 US. And somebody said to me, it was the worst thing that George Weah did. I hear people on Facebook, because you pay part, because you mail, when you get salary, you reduce our salary, you're going. You can see you're going. They're playing with it. But you know, these things, governance is not how you can run your home. Governance, you know what it means to govern 5 million people in this country? You're not talking about only 3 human beings or 5 human beings. No, you're talking about the entire country. But if you think George Weah has been a worst leader, you must rethink. There are more difficult times ahead. We have to give peace the chance. Peace the chance. Let me go to this one. I will come back and I will activate the phone lines for you for a few minutes to talk. Then I will allow the man called Francis Afoko to come in the studio. Sorry, that's not what I want to play. Sorry for that. Oh, I'm going back to this. I'm going back to this. All right.
Until you tasted rainwater come down from the dark African sky in July. Until you taste the dust on a country road thick with the scent of palm kernels from a passing truck. Unless you smell that special scent of the burning farm, that special scent of sun-dried leaves and bark and trunk and ashes in the evening while the ground is still hot. Unless you see the raindrops fall heavily on the lagoon and quietly watch the ripples.
Let me recognize some of the guys who have joined us on our live Facebook feed.
And then your crawfish.
Manfredo C. Bay Widow.
If you haven't been to Rally Time or Sinclair Airfield,
Darifina Hawa. S. Elijah Ray. Nelson Swakoli.
Signé Banga.
Who brings us here?
Marketed.
Jimmy Barton.
Tap rubber from a tree.
Ma Anderson Padre Era Dukley.
Or swam in
Please
the
share the video. This is George Joma Knuckles. It's called the Power Melody.
forest after a warm,
I'm the nation's 70J. I'm on your radio still
strange laughter of the country devil. Or seeing the
6
young
o'clock.
dance their way.
Honorable G. Shuck Davis,
Or seeing the snake.
the head of the Son of Canada Disabled People, have joined me here.
Tell me not to
Good
cry.
afternoon, my old man G. Shuck Davis Senior.
Don't tell me not to worry for my home.
Don't tell me not to worry for Liberia.
I know Liberia.
I know Liberia. I feel Liberia.
I know my home.
I know my people. I know my country. Let me say greetings to my people in Sanaway District.
You know the taste of Kitale, new rice and water on
Yes, I know it because I ate some.
the creek
I ate it for so many years as a child growing up in Bon County.
morning and
It
swore
totally was fresh rare oil.
those happy Christian hymns.
And I know Liberia.
Worry.
And I know the people of Liberia. Don't tell me not to worry. I will worry.
I know Liberia.
Because our current survival depends on us all.
I know my
I
land.
know my land. George Joma Knuckles knows the land. And it's a land we have come to liberate.
Must die. I know my home.
Jimmy Barton, welcome to the show.
Oh, tomorrow.
The Pelican is watching me, he says. Prince David Wojolo is watching me from the UAE. Ryan Sifas has joined me. Emmanuel George is joining me as well. Nancy Swakoi has joined me. Maima Kamara is here. While Asatu Kamara, civilized Mandingo girl, is watching me. Asatu Kamara, how are you, civilized Mandingo girl? Watching me from Canada, Toronto. Hilton Legend, the proper defender. Frank Salfoco is here. We're taking on the flip side 5 o'clock. Representative of District number 9. Joda Abakasi Dita. Asadu Kamara, civilized Manu guys here. Junior Bakola is joining me. Just share the video, please. And hope them more for following and share the many pages as well. John DeBron is watching me. Ram Garcia is watching me. Our Uncle Smoke, Debbie Colley is watching me. Where is my uncle? Councillor Smoke Kudakwe. And he's a deputy chief prosecutor of Monserrato County, right? Martina Benna is watching me from Carrollsburg. Yes. There where George Joma Knuckles comes from. Almost where has joined me. The man Daniel Nyawe, Amos Johnson, Roslyn Sharif is following me from Finland.
Don't you worry. Tomorrow I am going home. Or swam in the warm Atlantic
Fatoma Donna is watching me from Virgin City.
and smelled the scent.
Pelican has joined me. Elisha Jabba Dukle is joining me. Witness TV Liberia, following me from District 3, that District 13.
Dance their way.
Andrew White Blair has joined me.
Or seeing the snake.
Rebo Wiki Moluba is joining me from the USA. He says this afternoon. A Valley Kota is following me from the Gambia. That A Valley Kora. Vivian Newman Day Nancy
I know my
following from Iowa, the USA. Joshua P.B. Dapper watching me from Grand Creek County. Elijah Henry has joined me and is watching from somewhere.
You know,
The government came in Sano County. While Marvelous MK Jr. has joined me. The Youth Action Online TV is following me this afternoon. This is a bumper show on ELBC Radio. And I'm the show up to January, no? We say have 2 months to be here. We say talk to our people.
I know Liberia. I know Africa.
Daniel Tente has joined me. You know, a lot of people joining me. Nelson Swakoli, Emmanuel George, Manjo Twawale, Amos Wa, your friend from BW and 1999 class. Oh, Amos Wah, how are you? Long time, bro. What are you doing? Where somewhere? Where are you in this world? Amos Wah. We graduated from BWR for the festival program in 1999. The first batch of students to have computer knowledge at the time from the state-owned institution. Well, we did MS-DOS, I don't know what people know about MS-DOS. The people are coming out. We did it, And so Peter Tamafoko is watching me from Carisburg, Japan community. Ishel Shetton has joined me. Patrick Sonny Wallow. Otis T. To has joined me. The youth action, yes, I read. Prince Bella, Charles P. I will read or the comment. Political Louis Joe Nangbe. C. Flo, David Jada, all joining me. I'll read the comments for you later. But again, let me say it is important to be here. I said what I said. I've cautioned you people. Yes, we are expecting loss from the Joseph Boakai government. And I'll restate what I said. You need to manage your expectations. Many of you come with high expectation. I will get in government. Before I got an LBS, the guys who work at LBS were making something around $5,000, $4,500 US dollars. When we came here, we got less than 2,000. And you won't believe it. No gas slip, no scratch card, nothing. Even I was walking the street, I was finna ask for a scratch card, and in there, gas slip, in there, buying $20 gas for 2 days every time. You must manage that expectation of yours, or else you will run yourself into problems some days. We know what is going on here. This country will not boom. When Joseph Boakai became president, it will not boom. You do the right thing. You don't do the right thing. Will criticize you. They see where you're protesting against your government, where they can protest through. You know, citizens get here to protest, right? Oh yeah. You think you protest this book and put that money on you? That's what Joey has said. When you're protesting here for 15 billion, 15 billion, you're protesting here for the other one harmonization. We are giving you water and bread, giving you food. When the tanker is doing the wrong, is that protesting against you, you're going to fire gun. You're going to turn it around. But Georgia said the CDC will keep the feet of the United Party on the fire, and that you can trust him for. Let me hear you for a few minutes. I will come and take friend Sal Foko. 2 lines are open. Don't call the other line beside the 2 numbers. 080514096. 0770560 are the 2 numbers. I will take each caller for 30 seconds. Then 5 minutes past 5 o'clock, I take friend Sal Foko, who is here as my guest. Let me take this first caller. Hello, caller. Hello. Are you there? Go ahead, let's hear you. All right, Francis, let's hear you. Your line is a bit bad. Oh, my friend, the line is bad. Please try another way. I beg you. I can't take you that line. It's so terrible. Joe, that my brother Saros, Joel Mangi is following me this afternoon. Saros, how are you? Raymond Oliver Hogarth, how are you, my big brother? A long time from Radio Veritas. He came to ERBC. He wanted to say Raymond Oliver Hogarth and Saros Joel Mangi are 2 journalists following me this afternoon. And Steve Moses Cow are all joining me here. Welcome. Let me go to this caller and see if I can take him, whether it's him or her. But call back on 0770560 080514096. These are the 2 numbers to call me, and you are part of the show. Hello, welcome. Hello, welcome. Let's hear you, my friend.
Yeah, this is Prophet Harris, and I call from Buchanan, Ambassador College.
Welcome, sir. How do you do? Go ahead. Let's hear you.
Yeah, we are definitely going to keep this government on fire, because these are the same people that said they will have made Liberia all of the modern paradise today. That was the expectation of the Liberian, and still yet to.
Oh, yes, so sorry for that. And then we'll keep calling our uncle. You say 100 days, no cow hitching a month. That one will wait for you too. 100 days and 90 days, 100 days, 100 days are 2 months plus, right? All the one they probably remind you, my uncle. I said, uncle, and you say, well, I can carry my keke. You can go to Grand Jide Kante. Yeah, you will not hitch. All the one they probably holding for. That's what I'm saying to you. You should manage your expectation, because there may be some drastic measures that have been taken maybe by the United Party. I don't know. But I can trust there will some changes will take place. Hello, welcome.
Yeah, hello, Jaya.
Yes, sir. Welcome. How are you?
We are joining you from Japan this afternoon. My name is
In Riverside County, right?
Yeah, Rivers.
Okay, let's say, sir.
Yeah, so let me tell you thank you for what you just said on the radio, and let me caution the president elect.
Mm-hmm.
Let him. He should be very mindful, and he should manage the dual expectation because he should not mind because he's elected. He made that a promise. I listen when he said 100 days time.
Mm-hmm.
No car will stop anymore on the major roads.
Yeah.
Which is not possible because you after
No, yes, it's not possible. Let's give the man a chance. The man said, the president elect said, no cow will hit you in the mouth. We shouldn't honor what he said. Let's hope that it happens because we all want the best for this country. We can't say it's not happening, not possible.
It will come. It will not be that way.
Let us see the methodology they will use, my friend. Let's not underestimate them.
Yeah, so at least if they do, we'll be happy. But if not, then because I want the two expectations to be managed because I know what Liberians can do.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you. Let me welcome Ambassador Robert Hans, the spokesman of the House of Representatives. He's watching us from Capitol Building. Ambassador Robert Hans, welcome. I hope the Honorable Dr. Buffer Chimas is doing well, the Speaker of the House of Representatives. And all the office staff. Bishop Yapa, how are you? Pascal Davis, welcome, Pascal Davis.
Jala, thank you. Thank you so kindly. We will need to have a statement where all of the observers will have to come to appreciate the president. Like you said, just to concede defeat, make our love for president, we are to increase. For me, if I had 90% love, that love has increased to 100% or plus. It's very hard to see that happen in Africa. And so there were a lot of people who called the president names. Some of them say he was a tyrant leader, he was a dictator, and all those kinds of negative adjectives. Today, the story has changed, and so we're proud of the president. And there's one thing, Jala, we wouldn't bend our faces. Some of us who defended the president on the day of his inauguration up to today, there are a couple of things that we defended George Weah for. We're on the record. And we are proud of that. You spoke of situation. I mean, it's something that every Liberian will remember George Weah for. And I mean, Jala, words are inadequate to express, but we're grateful. And for me, to say you change Liberia in the first 3 months and no car will get started anymore. You can just look at that statement and laugh. I don't know as to what anybody
Thank you. Thank you, Prescott. Thank you so much, Prescott. Pascal David, thanks a lot. Let me try this Lone Star number again, whether it's okay. Hello? Hello? Hello, caller, are you there? Hello? Technicians, if you're getting me, please come in the studio. We have some problem here with this landline. You need to come and have it resuscitated. It's giving some very bad sound. It's not good for the hearing purpose for the listeners. Hello, welcome.
Hello?
Yes, welcome. How are you?
Is it Jala?
Jala Griffey here. Welcome. What's your name?
This is MC Jackson. I'm calling you from this number 9. To be precise,
okay, the friends are focused this way. Your representatives here. You will talk to you very shortly.
Okay. I don't want to make any comment in the afternoon. Yes. Hello.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. I am one of the members of the Mali Coalition for Democratic Change. Thank God, those that cheer us power until today, they go in power. Let them lead the country with a joy we are.
my husband was voting for him. So I know President we are people who don't know President we are didn't want to get down President we are anything. When you mention a coming President we are to the people, you say anybody win, they win. And this is a put to them. But today, they play against the CDC and are still. So today, they are going after the CDC, lying, saying so many things. But one thing I want to tell my...
But my original, when you go to election, you expect somebody to win, somebody will lose, so that one part.
That one I want to tell my former president, Joseph Yuma Bwaka, I'm telling you, your son, our marathon, right here, my God, children, our child, President, we are doing the one thing on that ball. So the one thing to say, that one I want to tell you, that
okay.
Chicken Super Road. President, we are getting that just to Chicken Super Suma local country. I want you to get elected. I want you to get the road. Because President,
all right, thank you, Mando.
So you must lay the road of Chicken Super.
Ma, thank you.
Yeah, no, you are a true rescuer.
All right, thank you so very kindly, Ma Orita Do. Thank you so very kindly. I will take 2 calls now and call it a day. I will come to my representative who is here. Hello, welcome. You live here on the Bumper Show.
Yeah, hello, Mr. Griffith.
I'm okay, sir. Welcome. How do you do?
It is our David Same. I joined from Bagugba City, commonly called Uminga Market.
Bagugba City. Oh, okay. You like Bagugba City there?
Yes, Mr. Griffith.
Mm-hmm.
It is very early for this paper to bring disgrace to people who are women who voted for him.
Mm-hmm.
Are you getting me?
I get it, yo.
Just by that statement alone, that after 100 days, car will not get stuck in the mud. So is he telling me that in Nima County where the Pope voted for him, women the car will hitch to testify who you
You ask about Lofa County Road too.
Is he telling me that car will not hitch to our country in Yahweh Mesonot District? So I'm telling that statement is a complete mockery to the people of Nimba.
Let's hope and see that all works well. Let's not condemn it now. And me, I'm not a pessimist. I'm always an optimist.
Yeah, Mr. Griffith, please let me learn. That's a complete shame and disgrace that he has brought to all in Nimba.
Let's wait and see what happens, brother.
After 100 days, if car got stuck in Nimba, then that means a shame and disgrace. So, Mr. Griffith, you know what person we are going to defeat? They happy in Nimba. In Nimba, the election commission, they were not very...
Okay, let's not go to all the historicity of all of those things, my brother. Let me take this break and welcome my guest. I'm trying to find a kissy song to bring the kissy man here, but I can't find one.
Who are you, baby? Who are you, baby?
This one is by Maurice Dolly. Who are you, baby? Welcome to the Bumper Show on ELBC Radio. Representative Frank Salfoko, the man who woman won his district, is my next guest here. Tomorrow, the Honorable Sir Joseph will be here from 4 to 6 o'clock. We'll talk Liberian politics tomorrow, 2 hours. Honorable Sir Joseph will be in the studio tomorrow.
Who are you, baby? Who are you, baby? Who are you, baby?
And how my people in Foya Desert Ferry this afternoon, man? Where is mommy? Mommy, how are you? As Lauren Bourbon, how are you? Oh, my Peter Humphrey at the only guest house in Foya. It's called the Royal Guest House. How are you, Oben Humphrey? Peter Humphrey. G-Shock Davis Senior, disabled head in Sano County, has joined me this afternoon. Mr. Benedict Sega, good afternoon to you.
I want to dance with you. you need my love? Do you need my sweet? Do you need my love? Do you need my sweet? Come on, everybody. Who are you, baby? Who are you, baby?
Let me welcome Mr. Gino S. Keneman, aka Diplomatic, is following me from Foya District. Vincent Nimini is in Southtown, Grand Creek County. Good afternoon to you as well. Rebecca Walker is following me from the that's the Omega area there. Who are you, baby? Welcome to the Bumper Show. It is on ELBC Radio 99.9 and other frequencies across Liberia. Let me say welcome to you, Mr. Sekou Kumar. Sekou is the head of he's the manager there at Top FM 105.5 in Grand Julia County. A station that relays the Bumper Show, Radio Kintoma, Radio Makona, and that of the MPLO Radio in Foya. They are all relaying this program. If you go to Sanokoli, they're relaying it on radio. Someone is relaying it. Many of the radio stations are relaying this program this afternoon. This is the Bumper Show on ELBC Radio 99.9 and other frequencies in Liberia. Ambassador Saros Joel Mangi, welcome. A lot of you have joined me. I cannot call all of your names. Mohamed Kamara Z is following me. And I said to you earlier, my guest will be Representative Frank Safoko. In few years ago, I think 2-3 years ago, when the lady called Muna Pelam Nyomblo died, a promising young man who served in her office as chief of staff raised his hands. He said, I want to contest, and finish a vision that my political leader started. Many people overlooked him because he was a young guy and they doubted him that he couldn't make it to be representative. Names came out, they popped up. The Miller Katakao, Fubis Henrys, the lady who was a former city mayor at the Pimsey area here, Sylvia Gibson, they all came raising their hands that they can replace the lady called Muna Pela Nyomblood. And so at the end of that contestation, Muna's former chief of staff was elected. He ended the tenure of Muna Pela and he went for a re-election. Again, many hands were raised against him. At the end of the day, he defeated them all. And I was like driving the other day and I passed Lakpasi Junction. Is that the zoo area, the Lakpasi area there? And I saw a gigantic structure. I was asking somebody, what is that? Well, opposite Anthony Shop, in a curve, going to the market there. This structure is very big. I said, what is it? It's a store depot building. Chino stores. The guy said, no, the place our friends are Fugo building that place. I said, what? When did he start this? He said, before they, I said, wow. We've called me here to talk to us. I'm not taking calls again. I will take a calls later when you have the time to interact with the man called Safoko. What were the secret behind the sources? We want to ask him. Welcome, Mr. Foucault. It's a good and pleasure time to be here with you again.
Thank you, Chief.
Just press your button there to make it red. Okay.
Yeah, thank you, Chief. It's a pleasure, man. Glad to be here.
Man, you always wearing white. Why? Is that your favorite color? White?
Yeah, this is my color, Chief.
Wow.
Yeah.
You look so immaculate.
Thank you. It's a pleasure. What's up?
How is the district? You've come back again. You were there for 2 years. He ended Muna's tenure. You now come for another 6 years mandate.
Yeah, we want to be grateful. We are thankful to God that God is doing things in your own way, and we're grateful to God for life. But relatively, the district is good, and we've done with politics. We have completed all of our political activities. The people there are moving good. There is no casualty, and everybody doing, going about doing their own stuff. So the district is good. We have not received any complaint about any danger or anything different here. The district is good. So we want to appreciate God for everything.
You have not been certificated yet, Elections Commission.
No.
When does that take place?
I think NEC will have to inform us. They will communicate that to us. probably through our parties, or they will communicate that to us, through our own emails.
That fateful morning after the election, after election on the 14th, was over there, the 14th, the first one election. It took few hours to know if I won election as a representative. And how did they come to you?
Basically, we for me, I'm a practical person. I believe in working. I'm not a guy. This is why I think you have tried as much as possible to have invited me here on many occasions, and I have not come. Not necessarily that I don't want to come here or I don't know what to say here, but I'm one person who believes in just doing the people's work. So I was very optimistic that we were going to win. The only thing that happened that was strange to me for Josh Weah to not win. That's the first time in life for the unexpected to happen in my whole life. Everything I have ever gone for, I wanted. Everything I have ever supported in life, but to have supported the president, I think you follow me on Facebook, you saw the way I campaign. I'm one person in the CDC. I can tell you for sure that I really campaigned. There was no day left untouched. I mean, I campaigned from door to door every day, my entire team and myself. Our district, we campaigned very well. We reached out to families, we reached out to friends. So this was one thing I did not see coming. I did not even see that coming, know. But it is why it is. This is a modern democracy that Josh Weah has introduced to Liberia, Africa, and the world. That it is important that you respect the decision of the people. And I think other African countries and other countries around the world are going to learn from this. Josh Weah has just shown another side of him. I have known him to be a peaceful man. I have known him to be a very good man. Because Josh Weah has not known me from anywhere personally. I have not done anything outside voting for him. I have not done anything personally for him. We've not had personal interaction before. But by the grace of God, I ran on the CDC ticket 2020, where I was introduced to him as a partisan, as one of those persons who work for Muna, and he accepted me. He came to the district. He supported me financially, morally, personally. He supported me. He came to my district. He paraded my district. He asked the people in the district to trust me and vote for me. Imagine putting my character, putting his character on the line
for you, for
me, for a man
who
are not known for anywhere, based on recommendation. So this man is a very good man. I pray that God gives him long life to return to the presidency, so that Liberian people can know that George is a God sent to the Liberian people.
We'll come to the situation that characterized maybe the defeat of Weah. But you campaigned vigorously. Did your district put up the numbers for the CDC?
Yeah, for the first time ever in the history of CDC, we won district number 9. The CDC won district number 9 in the first round with 200 votes margin. We've never won district number 9 since 2005. But for the first time, we won in the first round. But in the second round, we didn't win. We lost with approximately around 340 votes within district number 9 to the Unity Party. So, we also did well by reducing the invalid votes, because there were a lot of, education done in the field during the campaign in the 2 weeks. So, there where we are. But, like I said, this is the first of a kind to, the unexpected is something that I did not see. It shocked me. It broke me down to where I am. I have still not recovered from that. But by the special grace of God, Josh Weah has spoken to us. He spoke to us through ERBC, and I visited his residence, and he had a conversation with me. I was broken down, even sitting before him. I was sharing tears.
And someone saying to me, we didn't have the face to go to see the president.
Yeah.
I mean, people who are close to the
president. It's not easy,
But
when I sat with him, I saw this man, and I just knew him to another level. Like, this is somebody who, you support with everything, and you're very sure that you are going to win. And you guys were the lieutenants on the field, making sure that, you convince people to vote for the president, and the unexpected happened. But he told us it is the will of the Liberian people. We should respect it. We should come back to our respective zones, get back to our area, go back to our normal activities, and make sure and prepare ourselves for 2029. And for which I'm back in the barrack. I have gone back to the party headquarters. I've been talking with partisans, encouraging them to get stronger. These things will happen, and as people, we should respect it. Liberia is the only country that we have, and we should try to reconcile our country. Our country is divided. Our country is heavily divided, and this is something that is expected that Bwaka should focus on, because he's leading now, so he should lead with cautions. And those even in the Unity Party, people should be preaching positive messages now, talking to people about reconciliation, reaching out to people to see how best we can count the country to win the most popular man in Africa, to win him with a Desmond 0.78 is something that is unimaginable. It's something that you cannot get over.
You think a national reconciliation conference is necessary for Liberia?
It is up to Bwaka. It is up to Bwaka to do that. It is up to the former vice president to do that. It is up to him. If he does that, it's going to be good for the Liberian people. But we are going to do our reconciliation our own ways. We have been talking to our partisans to stay away from violence if there has been any violence. But one thing that have been happening, which is not good, I have not seen that in this country before, where somebody will win elections and they come to your door and they start to knock paint out to your door and start to throw over your homes. Imagine as a representative,
that happened somewhere.
They throw my gate, they threw rocks at my gate in my community. Can you imagine for somebody to come at a representative's house? So just imagine what an ordinary man is going through. This is complete sheer arrogance, and their leaders will have to speak to them about this. Okay, I have been parading my district for the past 2 days, climbing all of my partisans down to go down. Just last night, another guy just came outside and he insulted a sedition because he insulted the president, President George Weah, because Joseph Bwaka has won, and this lady responded. Imagine it brought a real war. There was even a more violence last night in my community where I live in Lapasi. when the president spoke that now on ELBC, I nearly passed off. Yeah, to be honest with you, when somebody told me the executive mansion page just posted, while trying to make my way to the executive mansion page, you said the president will be on ELBC. And in no time, when I just put my radio on, I heard the voice of the president. When he conceded, it broke me down. I'm a human. Okay, it broke me down. But again, he's our leader. He spoke.
Do you think he disappointed the partisans of the party?
No, he didn't. He didn't disappoint them. People may see it differently, but I think as a leader that I understand, he's a peaceful man and he's a truthful man. I can tell you today in Liberia, George Weah is the most honest person in this country. Look for what George Weah went through of recent and his action. There are people even in the Unity Party. It's just that some people are not just honest to themselves. But George Weah is one man that should be celebrated by everybody. George Weah is the most popular man, not just in Liberia, but in Africa. Okay, George Weah is known in the entire world. And looking at what happened in this country, for George Weah to concede without noise, the Election Commission has not even concluded, and this man conceded. This is honesty. George Weah is the most honest man in this country. With the way people have labeled him to be a bad person, to be a Confucianist, to be this wicked person, and with the way he presented himself to the Liberian people, President George Weah deserved to be appreciated by all Liberians, be it opposition.
I think his conceding defeat has brought some level of credentials democratically for Liberia.
Yes, it has increased Liberia in the world to be one of the peaceful places. It brought some democratic credential, high credential to Liberia. And look, there are some of our friends we have in the international community, some of our friends we have as legislators in other countries. Like some of my representative friends I have in America and other countries that we have visited. We reach out to them and they be like, hey, Foko, what's going on? Who is this man called George Weah? Because like this news is circulating all around the world, in all of the chat rooms, in all of the media, headlines everywhere. So we say thank you to the president for even teaching us who are growing up into leadership how to be honest, how to accept results, and how to move on after you should have accepted result and recalibrate, because we have gone back in our barracks to recalibrate. We have gone back to our party headquarters to recalibrate. Like I said yesterday, I'm going to be radical. Like I were radical within the CDC-led government legislature. In the 2 years I served at the 54 national legislature, I were radical, right? But this is what I'm going to say. I'm going to be
more radical than before.
I'm going to be more based on my experiences I have gotten over the 2 years as a legislator. We're going to do what we need to do in the best interest of the Liberian people. Trust me, there's one thing I want to promise the Liberian people today. I'm not in any way going to insult anybody. I'm not an arrogant man. I'm not going to disrespect anybody, but I'm going to speak to the issues. I'm going to speak to those issues that are going to be affecting the Liberian people. And we're basically going to remind every government official will be government official based on their different functions from the different government ministry and agencies, just as we were doing. We're going to be focusing on the issue of education in the country. We're going to be focusing on the issue of team practice in the country. We're going to be focusing on infrastructure development. We're going to be focusing on the expansion of electricity. We're going to be focusing on a whole lot, the issue of agriculture, the issue of water expansion in Liberia. There are a whole lot of things we're going to be focusing on in Liberia. So basically, those are things that we're going to concentrate on at the legislature when it comes to budget discussion. We're going to discuss the budget in depth and what is there for our students, the youthful population. And we're also going to focus on the youth empowerment in this country, because by statistic, it has shown that the young people are many in this country. We have gone over 68% in this country as young people. We are the key decision maker of this country. So as much as we are to that level and we are making decisions in this country, we must benefit as young people. So we're going to be looking at the issue of job creation in this country. We're going to be looking at the education, even at the university, the issue of free education at the University of Liberia.
You think you'll be
sustained? It is expected that it should be sustained. It is expected. Another thing,
even the WAS, it will be sustained.
It is expected. Those people who are benefiting from the WAS payment from President Weah are Liberians. George Weah did not look for partisans. He didn't pay for partisans, he paid for all Liberians. It is expected that Baka will continue with this program. It is also expected that we should have free education in this country. That has been one thing, I think I spoke about that when I was in the 54th legislature, when I came here to you, and I told you that we did a bill about free education, that all children in Liberia should go to school free of charge. And those public schools should be, the atmosphere of those public schools should be better, that even a minister and a representative, the rich man child, can go to attend that school. When you go to other countries around here, Chief, when you visit a public school, right, like the way you have Tottenham, it is the rich man will prefer his child to go to Tottenham rather than going to a private school. So we want those things to happen in this country. Those things are happening in Sierra. We wrote that. Honorable Thomas Fowler did that bill at the legislature for free education. Another thing we're going to be pressing on.
Why you didn't pass it?
We passed it. We passed it in the House of Representatives. Okay. But when it went to the Senate, it got stuck because we had lesser people in the Senate, and many of those guys who were
that would have been something that would have made the people happy.
No, many of them saw it as much as it have passed in the Senate and go to the president for the president to sign it, that all Liberians go to school free of charge. People saw it like George Weah glory. They saw it that George Weah would take. Our politicians, many of them are very selfish. They are selfish, so they decided to do that. So it is expected that all Liberians, another thing we're going to focus on in the legislature, it is expected that government must set up a program that we should have student loan for our students in those private schools, those private universities. There should be student loan. We should create that. And before a student reaches junior level or senior level, there should be something created for them wherein they will start to do their professional job and start to prepare themselves for their real time. So there are many other things we've been working on. We have been discussing these things from the 54th legislature. It is expected that we will achieve on those things in the best interest of the Liberian people.
Let's go a bit in your district, Frank. On what basis were you re-elected? What was your campaign message to the people? Before you recontested, there was this saying in the district, Friend Safoko said to the people of the district that he will not buy diaper for their children, he will not buy pampers, and they can make the poor corrupt, SYC. And the Pope felt that it was a manners for you if you are said that. And I tried getting you here to talk about it. I didn't get you. What really did you say at the time? Because many thought that we were taking something from you.
No, many of our guys, in keeping with politics, many of our guys, for me, I'm not that kind of politician. I mean, business as usual Liberian politician who coined his words to give the actual message. I gave the message the way it is, and we analyze the message and we move on. The issue that people say that Focus say the people of District Number 9 can beg too much, that was just propaganda. That was lie. No, I did not say so. I did not say so.
Why did you say that?
Okay, so basically, we attended a church program. I didn't go on the radio. I attended a church program. And I said it is expected that Liberians, not just in District Number 9, let us go to our lawmakers, because the growth and development of this country is resting upon the legislature. But the special grace of God is resting on the legislature. So imagine a person will grade a representative or a senator. A person will grade a representative or a senator because that senator was able to pay a medical bill to the hospital. A person will grade a representative or a senator because that representative pay his or her child school fees. A person will grade a representative or a senator because that representative or senator went and freed that woman from the hospital when she went to give birth. A person will refer to that representative as the best representative without looking at the person participation at the legislature, the three cardinal responsibilities, the reasons for which that person was elected. We forget about those reasons. So you know what happened, Jara Griffith? I will come back on the radio to explain where our trouble started from as legislators. So where our trouble started from was from 2005. Some of our big brothers that came doing the internship that came to government, that came from the different districts around Liberia, the 73 district. Many of them did not work in keeping with the expectation of the people when it comes to representation. So they believe in their mind, the little cash they got from the legislature. 2005, it was about election. That one, there was no appointment issue again. It was about election. So those guys have tasted money, they have tasted power, and they never wanted to go back. So they decided to have gone back to their district to introduce money
Okay.
into our community politics.
Okay.
So our parents did not see money before when it comes to legislative election. Our brothers and sisters did not see that. We who just our eyes just open to politics. It was our first time experiencing politics. Many of the young people at that time, 2005. So they are eyes open to politics where they will see representatives distributing rice, sharing money in the community for them to be elected for. So those people confused our people and they diverted their minds from understanding why a representative was elected for. So instead of the citizen asking the representative at the end of every year to come and make an annual report as to what was the involvement at the legislature in keeping with the three cardinal responsibilities, now the citizens have turned it around. Some of the citizens have turned it around now to be like, oh, the representative didn't do well because the mayor went to the mayor hall, the mayor did not give me money. The representative didn't do well because I went to the mayor hall, the mayor did not, the representative can me, or the representative is selfish, the representative did not open the door. So these are some of the things that our people minds got diverted. So the worst thing that happened again was for Madam Salif administration to take away service from
schools.
When I was in Buchanan attending the St. Peter Clerical School, I did service.
Why not mention the Bible? Some clericals were saying that the Bible was removed as well.
They took the Bible, they took service from in school. That was completely wrong. So our entire generation was left out of understanding the role of a government. So there are people that will hold the president responsible for the job of the judiciary. There are people that will hold the president responsible for the job of the legislature. There are people that will hold the president responsible for, we have three branches of government. And people started holding people responsible because people did not know exactly why those people were elected in office. Okay, so we started imagining a representative will sit in the legislature, he go on the radio in the morning, and he said the president is not doing well as a representative. So what is your role at the legislature when the president sent the budget to you through the finance minister at the legislature? What was your role when you were making appropriation in that budget? What was your role? Did you ask questions about the education sector in Liberia? Did you ask questions about the health sector? Did you argue on why the health sector budget should be increased? Did you make those different necessary arguments in the interest of the Liberian people? Did you argue that University of Liberia should have additional campuses that the students should benefit? Did you argue that the students or teachers' salary should be increased in Liberia? Did you argue that nurses should be employed? Did you argue all those things? No, you didn't argue. Only because the representative will prefer coming in the community, take little change from a packet and share on the people that they will celebrate him rather than making those necessary legislation. Okay, so what we are saying now, people try to misinterpret what we were saying to the people that was very true. Chief, I don't go to my people to campaign with money, they will tell you, because for me, I don't even have the money. The little I work for is what I receive. I work for 5,400, sometimes 5,350, all depends, with 200,000 Liberian dollars. So I work for a little over 7,000 dollars, which is enough for me. It is enough for my activities. It is enough to take care of my family. It is enough to solve some problems that I think I can solve in my own mind in the district. Okay, so I think it is important that our people in the district now should focus. Like a man will come in a campaign. I listened to some of my colleagues when we went for a debate that said the people should vote for him. He will give the market people loan. Can you, as a representative, give market people loan? Can you give marketeers loan? That is it's completely wrong. That's a myth. It is not possible. So your talk over there as an aspirant or as a candidate in the community should be like, okay, vote for me. I will try to reach out to the Central Bank of Liberia to infuse some money into our local banks we have in the community so that they can reduce the interest rate. So if a bank is giving loan for 30% or 25% interest for a year, it should be reduced to 10% so that when our people do their businesses, they will be able to have some, profit that they will keep to solve their own problems. So basically, somebody say, vote for me, I will pay you role. Can a representative pay role? It is not possible. A representative will have to work during budget hearing. We have to work along with the public work minister to make sure that his district is factor within the budget that the people can receive access to good loans. The same as electricity. A representative cannot buy transformers, but a representative can work along with LEC in making sure that the people receive electricity. So these are messages
with his own contribution.
Yes, you can contribute. You can contribute, but you cannot. It is not your sole responsibility as a representative to go and buy a transformer. It is your responsibility to make allocation.
But these are some of the things that some of your colleagues are saying to the people. You like me, I'll be wrong.
And that's wrong.
Giving power, I will make sure you get current your community.
That's wrong.
They abandon them at the end of the day and say, I'm not following what ministry to build room for you.
Thank you. That's wrong. So we are saying to our people nowadays, let's just contact him, my district chief. You know, my district is one of the very most civilized district. That district is very unique. The people in that district, the old man who sell pepper in the market, they are open with the issue. So in our district, a 10-year-old child can ask you question as a representative. In keeping with your performance, they will ask you question. On the focus, when have you reported? Like when I visit other campuses, I mean, those students and all, we have basic interactions. So, it is what it is. We say thank you to the president of Liberia for his decision, and we want to encourage all citizens around Liberia to remain calm. Let's recalibrate. We should not subject ourselves to anything in keeping with Margaret. Let's just remain to where we are. Okay. Nobody should retaliate to anybody. Nobody should fight. There should be no violence. Let Liberia be peaceful. This is not the kind of Liberia we pray for. We pray that even our brothers from the other side who, from the Unity Party, it is expected that they are in the lead now, so they should be the ones to provide these kinds of leadership and start to talk those things so that people can come together. And one of the men that is causing problem in this country, it is this Spoon FM. This man is being very divisive. And Liberia is becoming divided. Liberia is heavily divided. You look at sedition one side, and you look at United Parties on one side. Liberia is divided. That is the hard truth. That is honesty. And we have to address this issue before we even get to
something can be done about that. It is about the Spoon issue. Spoon FM issue you're talking about.
The Liberian people now. We are Liberian people. We have to close our ears to wrong messages and focus on what can reconcile our country. If Liberia is not reconciled, Liberia cannot be developed. I don't want to go to the issue that Omen Parker said in 90 days, all the rules, nobody will pass in you. I don't want to go to that. That is it's just a lecture. And,
you didn't think it happened?
Even in America, it is not possible. The great United States of America, there are places people bouncing in who now. America, the great United States of America, I drove in some states in America that I saw pothole on the road. Yes. I saw that. So how can Joe Barker, why is he depending on? Even if America or whoever that is supporting that, they will give him trillions of dollars, with the money that he will have, he cannot fix all the roads in Liberia in 90 days. That is unfair to us. But again, we know sometimes anxiety carry people and they become overwhelmed. But we can assure the regime that we're going to be very positive. We're not going to be destructive. We're not going to be insultive. But we're going to remind the regime about those things that they have to do. Wherever they perform, we're going to hold them. We're going to celebrate them. Wherever they slipped, we're going to remind them that they don't need to slip in these places.
Now, let them look at the projects you were undertaking before you got re-elected. What were those projects, and what projects are you earmarking this time around?
Basically, like I said yesterday on OKFM yesterday, I have a vision. That vision is a long-term vision, and that vision, like few things happening in Liberia that have been happening in Liberia over the years. I think we have to focus on that. For example, if a man went to a hospital through emergency, that man should be treated immediately. That lady should be treated immediately.
Is it a bill?
It doesn't necessarily have to be a bill, but it should be a policy. It should be an understanding by those nurses and those health administrators that if a person, if the need be that we pass the into law, I think it's important that we focus on that. Another focus
transfer that into bill.
Yeah, we're gonna do that. So we look at it from two ways: either through bill, or we make that the president can make that a policy statement, and we move on that. Another thing that is my vision that I'm thinking about that we can do, and I know we achieve on that. Every woman who goes to give birth in Liberia at any hospital, okay, should give birth free of charge, and any child below the ages 5 to 1 year old should also go to hospital free of charge. And another thing in this country, no child should be denied education. All of the children in Liberia should go to school, and the government of Liberia should take responsibility of those children. That is happening in Sierra Leone. That is happening in Ghana. We believe that can happen in Liberia. So those are some of the things we are focusing on. And in my leadership, by the grace of God, like you saw the project ongoing there, that is a multi-purpose building. We will have the biggest first of its kind public library within Mosorado. 2 libraries, about 3 to 4 libraries here in my district. We believe in education there. So many of our children now, they don't have time, they don't have places to go and do research. I used to leave from district number 9 to go to the U.S. embassy to do my research. So
The USIS library.
yes, to go there and do my research. So we want our children in the district to remain there, and other people from other districts will also end up. We'll also have the Big Year Science Lab there. You know, our children performances at WAS now has not been encouraging. Unlike of recent, for the past 2-3 years, they've been doing well, but we wanted to do their best. So we want to have those libraries in the district where our students will come and do research.
In terms of dollars and cents, how much do we put the cost to?
That project is little over like a multi-purpose building. We have added another floor to it, so it is expected that we'll spend like around $280,000.
Where does the money come from? Your salary or where?
No, my salary cannot do that. Sir Joseph, thank God, like when I started the project, I reached out to the president. He made a very good contribution to that. I reached out to, which is President Weah, and I reached out to Sir Joseph. And Sir Joseph came, he initiated the project, he intervened, and he made a very huge contribution that led us to where we are today. So I don't have the money, but I have the network. I reached out to the big brothers to come in and help with the project. If possible, in subsequent time, it is expected that it will be captured by national budget, and our government can also do that. But we have reached out to all of our friends, even Mayor Jefferson Tamakoji, some of those government officials within my district, like Pisota, like Honorable Safwa Gray, Mr. Amagri, and some of those government officials, we have reached out to them. Some people donated cement, some people donated cash, but Sir Joseph has been the champion of that project. We must appreciate him as a people in district number 9, and basically we are to where we are. So we have also gone over 75% in getting a land for clinic. We want to do a 60 to 75 bedrooms clinic. We have some of our partners in the United States that we are connected to, and they are prepared to furnish everything within that hospital. So we want to have.
You just need to build it, and then they will give support.
They will come and give all of the support.
75 bed hospital.
Yes, 75, 60 to 75. So there is something I want to show to you.
Mm-hmm.
We have already secured this. We expecting to bring it in the country, but by the grace of God, after we shall have gone through all of the processes in the first maybe 2-3 years, we are hoping to bring that in Liberia. That is these ambulances are not ambulance but fire service truck.
You are already procured them?
Yeah, them. These are the trucks.
These are modern fire trucks.
Yeah, these are trucks.
How many are they?
There are about 6 trucks.
So how soon do we expect it?
It is expected to be here. It is expected to be here. I don't want to be. These are the fire service truck. So they have to be in Liberia. I don't want to be very definite because it requires cash to transport them, and I will have to raise this money. So I'm trying to reach out, and when we bring them, we're going to bring them.
Will you get in touch with the national government to get support because it comes to the country?
Yes, I have done that. Right after the process, we're going to continue from where we stop. When it comes, we're going to give it to fire service. Then we ask them to assign at least 2 or 3 of them in our district, just in case we have casualty. We're going to be helping other districts, to solve those problems. We're also receiving some ambulances where we're going to turn them over to JFK and other referral hospital in some districts, some of my clinics, the bigger clinics within my district. So somebody could say, this is not your job. That is my job. That is my way of helping my country. And while we go to make allocation in the budget, that money should be placed in the budget for these things. Mm-hmm. At the same time, in our own way, we try to help the government of Liberia. So Liberia is to where it is. Liberia should be developed by the contribution of every one of us. Sometimes we just take everything and we place it on the presidency. That shouldn't be. Everybody has a role to play. Even our citizens, they themselves, they have their role to play. So basically, we've been trying our best as much as possible to make sure that the country is okay.
Okay, let me recognize Mr. Frank Payne. He comes to the Bassa Media. He said, "Good evening, my chief. I'm Frank Payne from Bassa FM Manager, relaying your program right now. Thanks, my brother, for relaying the bumper show there in Grand Bassa County, just as others are doing in the county."
Yeah, but you know that where I was born, right?
Oh, you told me about Bassa.
Yeah, I was born there. I was born in Bassa, and I grew up. I attended the St. Peter Clara Catholic School. The Bassa people, they are unique people.
You speak Bassa?
Yeah, I speak Bassa very well.
More than Kisi.
I speak Kisi also very well.
Wow.
Yeah. So,
that's great. Yeah. Let's interact with the public for a few minutes. For the next 8 minutes, let's activate the phone lines. 080-514-096, 077-056-0560 are the 2 numbers to call. Frank Safoko is my guest. He comes from district number 9. He is the representative of that district. Let's take the first call from here. Hello, welcome. Hello.
Yeah.
Hello, welcome. How are you? William Jabba, you have to talk a bit louder. Your line is poor. Wow. Your line is not too clear, my brother. I don't know what's going on. No, I can't. Yeah, just try again to call back. Hello, welcome. The next caller.
Hello?
Yes, welcome. How are you? Yes, Jala Griffey here.
Yeah, thank God for Tafoko. Yeah, Tafoko, you are doing well for us. Many of my hospitals because your situation we are down, down completely. And I leave them house. I just
No, you not come outside. How you get food, you know?
yeah, so you got to help possible also. You know, we are looking for our and go. I will put in so much so. Tafoko, help me, please. I beg you, please help me now. Down completely.
Okay. Thank you. There's a little comment.
Hello.
Hello, welcome. You're live. Let's hear you.
Yeah, this is Garagino calling, and I call you this evening for this number 5 in Gatala.
Oh, this is the fighting Batala, Bon County.
I appreciate it, you guys. The revolution this evening, but I never hear any talk about corruption. What would be
Corruption where?
What would be in the action where any government official or outgoing government official that ever do a corruption? What would be the penalty if they reach out?
Okay, all right. He'll talk about that. Yeah. So the lady said to me, you know, my lover put me out of the house because I supported George Weah, and they lived together for years. And then she's like on her way to Makakata now to live with her mother. You know, yeah, she said that to me. I was like broken. I said, wow, you are divided on political lines.
Yeah.
So because he didn't support his candidate, he put you out of his home.
Yeah, that's happening right now.
Wow. Hello, welcome. The next caller.
Yeah, thank you. Pascal Davis. And
Pascal, welcome.
Yeah, let me say kudos to the lawmaker.
Yes, sir.
Well, thank you for, increasing our hope as always. Let's unite. Like you and I, we think we have a conversation, and let's keep bringing our people together wherever we are Asians and remain supportive of our president.
Thank you,
And you
Pascal.
as the government. Now that you are going to a new environment with a new president, they always stand for what is right, and let's stand against what is not right. We don't want to see tomorrow that Fogo has joined from CDC to Unity Party. Some of us wouldn't be happy. That remain where
Thank
we
you.
are.
Thank you, Pascal. Thank you, Pascal Davis. Let me take the next caller. Hello, welcome. You live?
Good evening, Mr. David.
Good evening, sir. Welcome. You on the bumper show.
I want to say also to the representative studio. This is I was calling on this too much of our country.
Okay.
Well, you have said it all, like you said earlier, Mr. David. I was at the party headquarters yesterday, and I saw him speaking to a lot of people. What we can do about it, I told one of my colleagues yesterday, we will not neglect our party because CDC is the farmer across this country. I can assure you, Mr. David, a lot of things, a lot of districts, a lot of county people going through a lot of things. So the responsibility of we the die-hard Palestinians that people know all faces are all on the table. It's our responsibility to reach all in the various countries, various districts, that through the party we can do that. So we need to carry out a campaign message down to all the parties that mean well for the institution. It's to go back on base, it's to see our best. We can recalibrate. The president can do it all.
Okay.
We got to put our resources together, to reach out to all people.
Thank you.
You play time, but the same time now we are speaking here.
Thank you so much. The next caller. Welcome.
Hello?
Good evening.
Hello?
Hello, welcome.
Almost all, and these are people who are good to be in the House of Parliament, because if you are there and making sure at least lobbying to at least get some road or ambulances to help at least support the government, it will be a blessing. It's not a lawmakers who will want to be in the House to just be making all part of not, and we want to say that let God bless every one of you that won on our tickets, that is the CDC, and make sure to see so that at least our CDC can never die and it will rise again. 29. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. The next caller is here. Welcome. How are you? Welcome. You live.
Yeah, hello?
Hello, welcome. What's your name? Where do you call from?
Yeah, I'm Thomas. We are calling from Senegal. We present need to drink number 3.
Okay. Go ahead.
Yeah, my honorable Mr. Foko. I think you had a time representative of the party down. Today, our head is no longer in the position. So with the sedition, we hold our ready to hear. They must see our best to put the interest of sedition in the country at large. Because Jawia was the face of the young people. Jawia was the face of the common people children.
Definitely.
So today, we are no longer serving that position to let the camel into your hand. So we ask God to hold up for the CRPS to put our interest. And we will come back again to the now and we'll reshuffle again to do like good job.
Thank you. The next caller, welcome.
Yeah, Mr. Daba calling from District number now.
Maitre Daba.
Mr. Daba calling from District number now.
Miss Jaba, go ahead.
Okay, I want to say good evening to my honorable in studio.
Yeah, my sister, what's up?
Honorable, a lot of easy things for us to do. Since Friday, then some of them have to come for us. Even things we get got there. We are so happy for the president God gave us.
All right.
We say thank you, and we say thank you for everything that we do for us in District number now. We just want District number now. We love you so much.
Thank you.
And may God be with you. Thank you.
All right, Miss Jaba, thanks a lot. I will take one more call and call it quit from the call line. This one is here. Welcome. Hello, welcome.
Hello?
Yes, you live.
Okay, thank you so much, Jala Grace. I want to tell the honorable man, Safogo, thank you so much. You know, the decision, the person, I'm down here, JC Hills, I live district number 1. I'm speaking as a private citizen, not employee of any entity.
Okay.
I'm speaking my capacity as a private citizen. Yesterday, the honorable man institute had a big interaction with him yesterday, Congressman. He warned us against violence, we should take it easy. And imagine when the point announced the first result. When the person considered we started having difficulty in our community. Even at the job support making sarcastic remarks against the president, we didn't know that we have people in the opposition in there. But we need the country is divided. So I came yesterday. You know, able to meet my police in the community and said, look at the percentage.
All right.
We need to love one another. We have our properties here. Our children have to eat our one another.
Thank you.
We were able to accept that yesterday. And we're able to move forward, and I'm going home peacefully as compared to the previous day.
Thank you, sir. No time. We got to pause it there. The man from Basa FM says, please tell the chief that I want to host him tomorrow morning on the program. The morning conversation. It means your Basa brother, he will talk to you. He said he wants to host you tomorrow, but I don't know what means with through phone calls or so. Yeah, I can give it number to you.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay. Let's go to Frank Fogo as he closes up. You listen to the callers, they will commend you.
Yeah, so I want to say thank you to all of the callers. And to those clinicians, we are about 27 CDC lawmakers that won election.
In the lower house.
We are 27. So it is definite that CDC will take the speakership.
You're very sure of that?
Yeah, it is definite that CDC will take the speakership. And
who are you eyeing?
No, the CDC is making her decision. We have those persons that we are talking with now. They will make their decision. We are still having our indoor conversation.
And you are also talking to some of the other guys who did not win on your ticket.
We good. I said we are good. It is definite. What I'm saying to you is a fact. CDC will run the legislature for in the best interest of the Liberian people. We want to have a balanced government. We want a government. These are things that people went against yesterday. So we decided to recorrect it so that we can have a balanced government. So we will have a sedition a person who won on CDC ticket to serve as the speaker. So I can assure you on that. And to all of our partisans, it is definitely, I can tell you that the CDC will win election comes 2029. President George, we will come back to the presidency 2029. We are very sure about that. We are asking all citizens to go back into their corners and regain strength. Let us read history. Nothing has happened. Let's appreciate God for what happened and let's move on. We stand with our party. We stand with our president. Absolutely nothing going to take us away from George Weah, and we respect the newly elected president. We're going to work with him in the best interest of our people, but we can assure him that we will remain vocal. We're not going to compromise the interests of the Liberian people. Thank you.
Monserrat Kande, District 9 Representative Friend South Foco. He has been my guest on this edition of the program. Tomorrow, Senator Sai Ali Joseph will be my guest for 2 hours from 4 to 6 p.m. That's our go home this afternoon, this evening rather. My name is Jala Emmanuel Nikki Kalu Fagala Kiang Balakuli Nyale want to cow. Sobo Womangana Bukwila Dafatema Jepapunu. Greyfield. Have a good day from Monrovia. I'll see you when you see me again.